Hey guys, this is Joe B. 11:22, 1, 2, 3, 15, 11:22 a.m. This is Blitz Chess. This is the bird opening, also called the reverse Dutch. Here we go. He made it like that. So here we go with c4. Not committing the two center pawns, rather waiting. Wait. We're ready to wait for what he's doing. And now, this is where we get down to the truth of the position. He's weak on the light squares. Very weak on the light squares. And I will demonstrate this here. This bishop move. See, he is still weak on the light squares. And what I have created here, you may see the long diagonal is tad weak. So I'm going to poke his queen right now with my knight, and she has to move away. And notice after he defends on g7, then the e6 pawn is weak. e6 light square. Ever so humbly, I put my knight to e2 myself. And now, after the trade spoken of, I come here. And that's pretty much it, guys. Big advantage to white. Light square bishop. Reigns on. How did I know? Let's give him no counterplay here. No counterplay. We must protect the weak square here. It's called a hole. We always protect that square, yeah. In our own way. Protect it. This is Blitz, though. I didn't mess this up. Yet ironically, I'm only a pawn down from the classical methods of measuring material. I'll do the super move, castle. That's when you move two pieces at once. Now I'll guard these two pieces that are attacked at once. And he will attack the guard. And now for this brother here, we have to get out the way there. And here, it's getting very murky. Very murky. What is occurring? My knight's hanging. Oh no. Oh no. My knight's hanging. Protect the knight. Threatening with the subtle energies. c7. Will I move my knight to b5? What is to be done here? Knight to b5. Can we drum up the tactics necessary to regain the advantage? The edge we once had in the olden days of this ancient struggle. Here I'm gaining 2 pawns. This will equalize the material. Actually, I'm gonna rook up. Take that. We have regained the edge from the olden days. Obviously, this is the correct move. I will attack the knight on e3. Does he have a way to not get his knight trapped? My rooks will be able to win his knight. Pray. Pray. They do. There's knights f6. And then I check. And I will not win his knight, per se, yet only to win the pawn and the knight for a rook, and easily turn this into a winning endgame. Check. Low-hanging fruit on g6 square. I will gobble. Low-hanging fruit on a7 square. I will skewer and gobble. And now he's done. And just to recap, bird opening, d5, and then he goes for f5. And without committing the center pawn, c4. Whoa, that went really fast. I don't know how I did that. Not committing the center pawn with c4. These 2 pawns are left here. And I have more pawns in the center after that change. If he had pushed, then I have d3 with my pawn, and then g3, and the long diagonals looking favorable for the pawn advances on the queen side, and the long diagonal will come together with this post eventually being favorable for my knight. Yet I knew here after this I'd gain the tempo, and I knew the light squares were weak, and that's how I was able to force what I did, because he can't lose the rook over that long diagonal. And after the trade, he has to trade again and then move the king, d4. And then I made a mistake coming up because of the weak file, the weaknesses. All of these weaknesses. d4 actually, I said it wasn't allowing counterplay, yet he was able to get counterplay because of the weak file. Far better would have been the immediate knight c3, humbly keeping the advantage that I gained and protecting the hole here. And then there's no weak file on the e file, and just tread carefully there. The way I did it to lose the queen wasn't really too much of an edge for him anyway, as my passed pawn and my rooks and the coordination of my pieces ended up being enough to get the material back, and then I got to win the endgame quite easily. How did I do that fast thing? Oh, here's the fast one. Jay Bennett signing off.